Welcome to the Cobra Trading Channel, everyone, where we focus on people, passion, and platforms. I'm Alex Bustos, and today we're going to be talking about developing a trading plan and why you should. Let's get started. First off, you probably already hear this over and over and over again. What's a trading plan? Do I really need one? And you'll hear all these different types of traders saying you need to have a plan, you need to be flexible. Maybe you'll see traders be in a trade themselves but may have a plan and then they completely wipe the plan. So then you might be scratching your head like, well, what's the point of having a plan? Well, this is why it's so important to have a plan. When you're new at trading, you need to make sure that you have consistency. And consistency isn't only in making profits. It's in having a plan. If you're consistent and you continue to be consistent, no matter if you're winning or if you're losing, you'll have correct data to actually go back and utilize and analyze and figure out what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, and what you can do to improve, what you need to focus on. But none of that will ever happen if you don't have a plan and you don't stick with it. So what's the first important part of a plan? Well, the first part is making sure that you create an entry and exit point. The priority there is definitely, I'm going to have to say, is exit. You always want to know before you enter that buy button, or if you're a short seller, pressing that short button, that you already know where you're going to go if the trade goes against you. Because there's a high chance that it will, especially when you're new. And that's okay. Don't worry about that. But you need to know, where is my exit button? Where does this trade tell me that I am wrong? Because at that point, and that happens, let's say you're getting in $1.10, you're buying, and you're risking $1. As soon as it hits 99 cents, you need to be out. And that is that's the most important part of your plan, your exit strategy. The second part is making sure you know where your entry is going to be, right? The next numbers are not as important in order as the exit is. Exit is priority number one. When you have your exit, then you know where you should enter, because you want to enter. Now, this is very stressful. It's stressful. Trading's not easy. But the closer you can enter near your exit, the better you're going to be. Because then you'll be closer to your exit. You'll know quickly if it's going to work, and you'll give yourself bigger range for your reward. So you have your exit, your entry, and your reward, right? Your profit target. And every trader is different. Some traders focus on 1-to-1. Some focus on 2-to-1, 3-to-1, 4-to-1, whatever it may be. That's up to you. And you'll know based on your strategy, based on your risk tolerance, based on how you feel when you're in trades. When you're new, don't worry so much about, I need to make so much money, but mainly focus on, I need to stick to a plan and I need to create a plan, right? Create the plan, stick to the plan, and execute it. Now, I want to focus on something real quick. You'll hear traders say, create a plan, and then they'll say, be flexible. If your plan's proven that it's not really working, or if something doesn't feel right, get out. I'm going to ultimately let you decide, because you're the trader. This is your account. This is your own money. You know your own risk. But I'm going to explain the two sides of that. If you don't stick to your plan, then you will find out that you don't get those benefits we talked about earlier in the video. But if you are flexible, there's some pros and cons to that. If the pro is, well, if you don't feel like it's right, then at least you protect yourself. But the con is, if you protect yourself and you think you are, but then get out too soon and then it works for you, you could fall down this path of FOMO, fear of missing out, which we'll dive in another video in the future so you'll know more about FOMO and how to deal with that and how to really be aware of it. But this is something that's so important that could really hurt people when they first start trading, when they're having plans. So I personally, it's up to you on what you want to do, but I personally suggest sticking to a plan once you have it, especially at the beginning, because you're not sure really how to really trade yet. And so you don't really have that feel that a lot of traders have after hours and hours and hours of screen time. So make sure, definitely create a plan, have that exit strategy, have your entry point and have your exit point, and stick with it and track it. And over time, you'll have good data to where you can find out what your weaknesses, what your strengths are, and so forth. If you're enjoying this type of content, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell, because we will release a video a week. So that way you're better prepared to make better decisions. Thanks.